Okay, today we are going to finish up solving linear systems of equations by elimination. Actually, we're going to do it more than just today because we're going to do word problems later, but we're going to finish up this section. Okay, so you're going ahead and label in page 69, and then we're going to have, there's a foldable at the end of this video. We're going to glue this in right here, but we're going to write on it first. Okay, all right, the other day, when we talked about elimination, what we would do is we looked at something that we could cross out. Now, the problem with what we have today is I don't actually think I'm going to be able to cross anything out, which is what I need to do. I need to eliminate, okay? And I cannot at this current moment. So, if I cannot eliminate anything, and I can't, the x's won't eliminate, the y's won't eliminate. If I cannot eliminate anything, what I'm going to have to do is multiply by a number so that I can eliminate something, okay? So let's look at the first one here. I cannot multiply 3 by something to get an 8. I can't multiply 8 by something to get a 3. So let's look at the y's. Can I multiply 9 by something to get 18? Yes, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply this bottom equation by a negative, because I need the signs to be opposite, 2. I'm going to write it right over here. That becomes 6x plus 18y equals negative 24. I'm going to have to replace the ink on this pen. Okay, something you need to do every time is bring over the top one, or whichever one you did not change. Sometimes we'll be changing the top one, you never know. Okay, now I do have something that we'll cross out now because they have the same variable, opposite symbols. That is what I will be crossing out. And I'm going to add straight down. 8x, negative 8x, make sure you bring it down correctly. Negative 8x plus 6x is negative 2x. These cross out, and that is equal to 2. 26 minus 24 is 2. Divide by negative 2. So x equals negative 1. Like we did the other day, we're going to go plug it back in. Doesn't matter which equation we use. I'm going to use this bottom one right here. Negative 3. Evidently, I need to change the ink in all of these. Let's hope this one works. Negative 3. Instead of x, I'm going to put negative 1 minus 9y equals 12. Negative 3 times negative 1 is 3 minus 9y equals 12. Still solving for y, so subtract 3. Negative 9y equals 9. Divide by negative 9. Y also equals negative 1. So my solution is negative 1 comma negative 1. So I'm going to multiply by a number. Sometimes I'll have to multiply the top and the bottom to get the correct answer. Number 2. Okay, cannot cross out either of these, so I'm going to have to multiply by something. Let's see, to get, this is a 1 to a 10, I can multiply by 10, so let's multiply by 10. I move the ones that don't work, so I don't try to use them. Multiply everything by 10. Bring it over. 10x plus 100y equals 100. And rewrite this one. You always need to rewrite them. And then we're going to add straight down. These are the ones we said are going to cross out. Okay, So we have 100y minus 100y. Ooh, those cross out too. So you're left with 0. There's nothing on this side. Equals 100 minus 20 is 80. Does 100 really equal 80? No. So the answer is no solution, and I don't have to plug anything back in. Remember, if it did equal, it would have been infinite solutions. Okay, go ahead and open. All right. I've got 14x and 7x. I could change the 7 to a 14 by multiplying by 2. (14x) plus 6y equals negative 46. Bring over the top one. Negative 14x plus 6y equals 10. Add straight down. These are the ones I made cancel. So 12y equals negative 36 divided by 12. Y equals negative 3. Plug back in. Notice I solved for y this time, so you have to plug back in at y. 7x plus 3 times negative 3 equals negative 23. 7x minus 9 equals negative 23. Add 9. 7x equals negative 14. Divide by 7. X equals negative 2. So my solution is negative 2, comma, negative 3. By the way, on some of these, it's possible to multiply by something else. For instance, if you multiply by negative 2, these would have given you negative 28, but these would have canceled out. So you don't always have to multiply exactly by what I'm multiplying by. Your answer will be the same, but your work will look different. That's okay. Pause the video and try this third one right here. This one. We're not ready for this one yet. Try this one. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the x's. So negative 4x, negative 2x, is it possible to turn one of these into the other? Yes. I can change the 2 into a 4, and I need to be positive 4, because I need them to be opposite signs, by multiplying by negative 2. So that becomes positive 4x, positive 2y, and negative 26. And then we're going to bring over the top. Negative 4x, negative 2y, positive 26. I'm going to add straight down. These are the ones we created to cancel. Negative 2y plus 2y, oh, those also cancel. So it's either going to be no solution or infinite solutions. Nothing is left on the left side. And that equals 26 minus 26 is 0. Since that is true, the answer is infinite solutions. Infinite solutions. We're going to do these two last. Open this up. We're going to do these. Okay. These are where they get a little bit different again. Is it possible to multiply something by 7 to get 5? No. Is it possible to multiply something by 5 to get 7? No. 10. Is it possible to multiply 10 by something to get 7? No. Is it possible to multiply 7 by something to get 10? No. If this happens, we have to multiply both equations by something. To know exactly what to multiply by, we're going to make your life easier, and you could do it with this as well. We're going to multiply the top by 5. That came from right here. And the bottom by 7. That came from right here. Notice I'm not doing negative. They still need to be opposite signs. I just swapped them. That makes it easier on you. That is negative 35x minus 50y equals negative 50. $35x plus 49y equals 42. And then add straight down. So we just take the coefficients in front and swap them. These are the ones we made cross out. Negative 50y plus 49y is negative 1y. Negative 50 plus 42 is negative 8. Divided by negative 1. Y equals 8. And then plug back in. 5x plus 7 times 8 equals 6. 5x plus 56 equals 6. Subtract 56. 5x equals negative 50. Divide by 5. X equals negative 10. So my solution is negative 10, comma 8. For the rest of this page, you're going to do exactly this. Swap them. On your homework, if you wanted to do that with all of the rest of these, you can. You can always just swap and not have to think about it. But it is easier. You don't have to multiply as much if you remember doing it this way. But if it just makes sense to you to just swap them every time, then do that. Number 2. Not number 2, the next one, sorry. We're going to swap. Put a 9 up here. Put a 5 down here. Now, there's a problem with this one. These are both positive, so we're going to have to make one negative. I'm just going to make the bottom one negative. It doesn't matter which one you make negative, though. Okay, that leads to 45x plus 54y equals, and I'm pretty good, but negative 25 times 9, I want a calculator. It's 250. It should be negative 225. Yeah, negative 225. I just wanted to check. Sometimes I make simple math mistakes, as I'm sure you might too. Okay, negative 45x, and if we've done it correctly, these should cancel, and they will, minus 25y equals 16 times 5 is negative 80. We'll add straight down. These are the ones that cancel. If you swap every time, the x's always the ones that cancel. 54 minus 25 is 29y. And negative 225 minus 80 is negative 305. Divide by 29. And I get a decimal, so let's make sure we did all this right. This should be positive 80, is what I did wrong. Now, just because you get a decimal does not mean it's wrong, but always go back and check just to make sure. This is not negative 305, negative 225 plus 80, negative 145. I gotta erase this negative better so you don't think it says negative anymore. Okay, so now let's divide. Here we go. That's negative 5. Like I said, just because you get a decimal doesn't mean it's wrong, but I'd always just check in case. Okay. We're going to plug it back in. 9x plus 5 times negative 5 equals negative 16. 9x minus 25 equals negative 16. Add 25. 9x equals 9. Divide by 9. X equals 1. So my solution is 1 comma negative 5. Okay. Keep going. Do the rest of these. There are 4 more left. Pause the video and try them. You can start the video between each one to make sure you're doing it right. I'm going to this one next. Then I'll go down. And then I'll close it and do these two. Alright, this is one you don't have to swap, but you might have. You can put a 12 up here and a 2 down here. I don't have to swap though, because I can multiply 2 by something to get 12. And that's what I'm going to do. But if you swapped, you will get the same answer, just different work. 12x plus 24y equals, and I better use a calculator because I'm making these simple mistakes today, equals 144 negative 12x plus 8y equals negative 16. These cancel. 24y plus 8y is 32y. And that is 144 minus 16 before I mess up. 128. Divide by 32. That is 4. And go plug back in. Doesn't matter which. It's actually easier to plug it in the top one this time. 2x. The reason is because their numbers are smaller. Plus 4 times 4 equals 24. But if you plug it in the bottom one, you should still get the same answer. Just different work. The work part will not be like if you plugged it into a different one. I'm not grading based on the work this time. I'm grading based on the answer. 2x plus 16 equals 24. Subtract 16. 2x equals, you have to have work though. You can't do this in your head. I can't do this in your head. You can't do this in your head. X equals 4. So 4 comma 4. Okay, again, if you haven't paused the video, pause it and do the next one. I don't think you have to multiply both in the next one either. If you want to, go for it. I have x and a 5x. To make the top a 5, or negative 5, because one of them has to be negative, I multiply the top by a negative 5. Negative 5x plus 20y equals 5. Ring over the other one. 5x plus 2y equals 17. 22y equals 22. Divide by 22. You get y equals 1. We're going to plug it in. We're going to plug it into the bottom one. 5x plus 2 times 1 equals 17. 5x plus 2 equals 17. Subtract 2. 5x equals 15. Divide by 5. X equals 3. So 3 comma 1. These are quite a bit of work, and I know that. Close this. Last two. All right, can you make the 3 into a 5? No. Can you make the 2 into a 5? No. We have to swap them. Multiply the top by 3. The bottom by 5. But make the bottom a negative because one of them's got to be negative. Negative 31y equals negative 62. Y equals 2. I'm going to plug it in. 3x plus 5 times 2 equals 19. 3x plus 10 equals 19. Subtract 10. 3x equals 9. Divide by 3. X equals 3. 3, 2. Last one, we'll see if we have to swap them or not. Remember, no matter what, you can swap if you want to. I'm always looking at the smaller number. Can I make 2 a 4? Yes, I can. I can multiply by 2. See how they're both negative? One of them needs to be positive. So I'm going to have to multiply by a negative 2 to make that a positive 4. 4x minus 4y equals negative 2. And bring this one over. Negative 4x plus 7y equals 16. Add straight down. These cancel. So far, the y's are pretty much the ones that have canceled today because I've made it be that way. You could do it the other way, but 3y equals 14. Divide by 3. And that's going to be a decimal. Let me make sure I wrote everything down right. Negative, positive. Oh, right here. Don't forget to distribute to everything. 2 times 2 is negative 4. So that's negative 12. Always check. Y equals 4. And plug it back in. Negative 4x plus 7. It's probably easier to plug it in the top one than I didn't, but oh well. Equals 16. Negative 4x plus 28 equals 16. Subtract 28. 4x equals negative 12. Negative 3, 4. All right, ask questions if you need to. Go ahead and fold this how it was. I forgot to tell you how to fold it to begin with. Started as a flat piece of paper. You cut out the edge. If you haven't done that, do that. Fold it in and in. And then we're going to glue it in on 69. In the next video, we'll talk about the word problems. So go ahead and get started. You're doing the Christmas tree, I think, is what you're doing. Okay, and I'll see you in the next one.